Rosie O'Donnell is the latest celebrity to hatch her escape plan from Trump's America. She is fleeing back to her ancestral homeland of Ireland, and no one will miss her. I don't think anything of value was lost here, but she posted a very long, drawn-out explanation for her decision on her TikTok account that was about 10 minutes long, but we'll watch the shortened version and hear it from her, why she made this decision.
Do you think she, makes her own TikToks? I guess she does, right? She's using her phone. There's a 20 there.
We have a 20 from Therev295. Phil, what is the meaning of your song Nothing Without You? Is it a breakup song or more of a love song?
I think it's what if I was nothing is what he's talking about. What if I was nothing? What if this is true?
That was not what he said.
No?
Nothing Without You.
There is no song called Nothing Without You.
Oh,
maybe it's from the future.
All right, cool.
Because at the end, the last stanza of the chorus is "Nothing Without You," so it could be.
Oh.
I think he
so
probably
what is the
meant
meaning of that song?
It was an argument me and my ex had. Straight up, it was like
Mm-hmm.
it was a fight that we had, and I was like, "What if you're wrong?" And then, so
well, two people that are not fighting anymore are Rosie O'Donnell and Donald Trump, because Rosie
Yes.
O'Donnell doesn't live here anymore. Let's listen to what she has to say
their
here.
beef.
they're not gonna stop.
It's Tuesday all day, as my Nana would say. And I'm here in Ireland. And it's beautiful and warm, not physically, it's actually quite cold. Moved here on January 15th, and it's been pretty wonderful, I have to say. The people are so loving and so kind, so welcoming, and I'm very grateful. I'm in the process of getting my Irish citizenship, as I have Irish grandparents, and that's what's going on, and that's where I've been and what I've been doing. And although I was never someone who thought I would move to another country, that's what I decided would be the best for myself and my 12-year-old child. You know, I'm happy. Clay is happy. I miss my other kids. I miss my friends. I miss many things about life there at home. And I'm trying to find a home here in this beautiful country. And when, you know, it is safe for all citizens to have equal rights there in America, that's when we will consider coming back. It's been heartbreaking to see what's happening politically, and hard for me personally as well. Protect your sanity is all I can say. Protect your sanity as much as you can, and try not to swim in the chaos if possible. But I know it's nearly impossible when you're there in the middle of it. And
I mean, there's actually an interesting question to be had about how physical removal from your location changes anything.
Look, I want to give kudos to Rosie O'Donnell because she's one of a handful of leftists that actually finally went through with it.
Yeah.
They're constantly saying, I'm moving, I'm leaving. If this happens, I'm leaving, blah, blah, blah. Bravo for finally going through with it.
Yeah, but she's still going to be posting and talking about U.S. politics.
Of course.
Because that's the center of the rest of the world.
Just as an aside, I was wondering what the abortion laws were in Ireland. Permitted in the first 12 weeks of pregnancy, and then in specific cases after that. So, you know, like a lot of places here, just not
Just
federally
as if not
regulated.
more restricted.
Yes,
actually.
than a lot of the blue states.
Wait,
here.
I'm sorry.
Way more.
Isn't Rosie O'Donnell a lesbian? Am I getting it wrong?
Look, it
I mean,
doesn't matter. Rosie O'Donnell is not young enough to have a child.
But I'm confused.
I only
That
brought
is
it
an
up.
empty egg carton.
I only brought it up because she brought up equal rights for everyone, and that was the first thing I thought of was.
No, I know, but is
yes.
she a lesbian?
She has kids, so
Well, lesbians adopt, and
I have no idea.
don't know. But I don't know. I just thought that was weird that she brought that up. Moonlight sent us a 20 saying, "Is that Steve Bannon?" I have another one.
Bravo.
With Rosie,
very,
the
very.
Rosie room.
Hold on, we need to dwell on that for a second. Very, very astute observation. Very good.
We have another from Weary Traveler. She looks like the lesbian neighbor I had growing up who owned a gardening store down the road, except my neighbor was a normal, hard-working person.
Okay.
Yeah, she's clearly struggling mentally with all of this, and some of her comments on TikTok sympathized. One said, "Please don't forget us. We can't leave." You actually can. Another one said, "I can't believe we live in a world where Rosie O'Donnell has to flee from America for safety."
Ah!
Has to?
Has to.
Like, what
I
was
love
going
it.
to happen to her?
Nothing.
What was
Nothing.
going to
Nothing. This
I
is all.
don't know. I don't know.
It's all just such BS.
Yeah.
Well, the other day, like, I was talking to those protesters on the street again, and they told me that the SAVE Act is going to take away millions of women's right to vote because if your birth certificate doesn't match your government-issued ID and you have taken your husband's last name, you're not going to be allowed to vote anymore.
Is that going to happen, Phil?
Which ironically would affect far more Republican women than
Yeah.
Democrat women. But let's just not even address that part. They come up and they spin a lot of different narratives that I'm sure they earnestly believe. And Rosie O'Donnell is one of those people. She has had a long-standing beef with Donald Trump, and I'm sure that's nowhere close to over. She has considered herself an early target of Trump's iconic Twitter attacks, which have now evolved to govern his interactions with world leaders, as he had a meeting in the Oval Office with the Irish president the other day, dissed her.
Wonder if he was like, "Look, will you extradite her?"
The Irish president was asked by the press why Ireland allowed Rosie O'Donnell to move there, and Trump said, "I like that question." But yeah, Trump famously, while being grilled by Megyn Kelly about his attitudes towards women, said that the only woman he is referred to as a fat pig, dog, or a slob is Rosie O'Donnell. So that's not all women.
Yeah.
That's just Rosie O'Donnell,
Yeah.
for the record. And they've been going back and forth online for years at this point. I also saw Link Lauren, friend of the show, talk about his personal experience meeting Rosie O'Donnell and realizing that she was completely off her rocker, insane.
How did that
He
happen?
went to a Hamilton Broadway show and went backstage, saw her roaming around, and he asked her, "Who did you play in the show?" There were very few white roles in Hamilton, which is kind of the shtick. She said, "No, I'm Rosie O'Donnell." I asked if she liked the show, trying to make pleasantries, and she said that she had seen Hamilton 44 times. I don't understand how you sit through Hamilton more than once. Nonetheless, I said, "Let's take a photo." It was then I knew that this woman was severely unwell. You have got to be sick in the head to go back that many times. Anyway, she fled the country now. Good luck, Rosie.
I kind of like the idea that she's not even, it's not even that she's just politically inclined to Hamilton. She just really loves that stage play and doesn't see anything else.
It's like a ritual for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She really loves Hamilton. And those guys are their own level of politically biased. Remember, Lin-Manuel Miranda, they just pulled Hamilton from the Kennedy Center, citing political bias, despite the fact that they gave a struggle session to Mike Pence in 2016 when he went to see Hamilton after Trump won the election. These are not serious people.
Well, it does have political bias. That doesn't necessarily mean that it should be censored. Tells an inaccurate account of the founding.
No. They
obviously.
pulled it from the Kennedy Center because they didn't want to perform it.
Right.
Because Trump is now he made himself supreme chair of the of the Kennedy Center.
Well, now Rosie O'Donnell has passed down the mantle of Trump derangement syndrome to a new generation of Hollywood actresses, including Io Edebiri.
Well, this is Musk derangement syndrome.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to blend into the same thing. Elon Musk, back when this rumor came about, said it would be a terrible idea for Disney to cast Io Edebiri in the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Thank you. I remember covering that at the time because a lot of people were saying she was at least in the running to take it up after Johnny Depp.
I mean, we even said we didn't think that this was going to happen.
We never.
They
we
just
never
be
believed
saying
it.
shit. A lot of times on X, they just be saying shit.
Elon shared a fake report in February last year claiming that Disney considered Ayo Edebiri as a replacement for Johnny Depp in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, and responded by saying, "Disney sucks." So just now, over a year later, Ayo Edebiri has responded to that statement saying, "Just remembering when I got some of the most insane death threats and racial slurs of my life. I don't know if it's the number one moment, but for sure the top 3 for a fake reboot of a movie I had never even heard of because of this man, Elon." LMAO, so not only is he double Sieg-heiling fascist, he's an idiot, but anyway, the cadence of Gen Z social media posts is unmistakable.
Yeah.
How is that Elon's fault?
Everything's.
He literally
I
just
also
said
don't know-
Disney sucks.
I also
which
don't
is
know
true.
what makes him a fascist. I suppose, like,
Sieg-heiling is the key word there.
I mean, you know, private business and government kind of forming together can make that argument, but I don't know if that's what I would call for this. He was a government contractor long before Trump ever took office, so that doesn't really make any sense.
I don't know why you're trying to like debunk something that's purely emotional, you know?
It's the way my brain works.
There's not really a point.
It's the way my brain works.
That's a great point.
Also, my brain is wired for content, which requires us to talk for a specific amount of time, and just saying, like, they're idiots doesn't fulfill those requirements. Even if it's true and it's the most succinct way of doing it.
That's okay.
That's okay. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.